Hello all, and welcome to Wally's Model Railroading. I have a little project I want to share with you, but today it's not on the workbench. It's on my floor. It's a new ON30 layout that I'm working on. Yes, I know, we've still got my HO switching yard layout here to go. I haven't touched it all summer long. We're in December now, and I was influenced online. There's the N scale layout, and up there is my N scale loop that I've shared over the last few years. But today, we're going to talk about this layout, and I'm going to show you what influenced me. I just was browsing through YouTube and ran across some really neat micro ON30 scale layouts. And in doing so, it just flared up my interest, and I want to show you these micro mini layouts, some of these photos that I had seen online that are really, really cool. And I saw some stuff on YouTube. There are groups out there that do this kind of thing because one, it's a little bit more affordable. Two, it won't take you forever to finish. And three, you can create your own little dynamic world. I know that right now this layout that I have come up with is very basic, as you can see, and excuse all the shadows, the lighting's bad, and you can see somewhere I taped it. This is an actual size mapped out layout that is that was printed out through my track planning program. But when we come back, I'll show you just how I came up with this. And I want to show you the stages of where I'm at. So we'll be back. So let's take a look at some of these inspirational photos. This one is just beautiful. I mean, the things that people have done with their micro ON30 scale layouts are just so neat. The imagination behind them is fascinating to me. I mean, anything goes. You can clump things together like that, or you can do a nice, southwestern mining cowboy type thing. I mean, the sky's the limit in colors. It's like a small piece of artwork. Well, these next images here that you're looking at were inspirational to me. I'm going to take my mining layout to the southwest. So I grabbed some of these photos for these peaked rocks that you see down in Arizona and such. A lot of these desert kind of southwest feel things, rusty track, rusty, structures, all kinds of things. Here you go, short radiuses, really small radiuses and curvy track going in and out of mines and stuff, And this last image here inspired me to do the bi-level thing, There's no inclines, there's no, nothing like that, just one above the other, and you can do all kinds of neat things. So here is the track plan. I built this in Adobe Illustrator because the track software that I have, for building layouts didn't have a whole lot of selection for ON30. So breaking it down, I drew a line for each. The bottom, which is the blue, has an 18-inch radius on both ends, and the red on top, that top layer of track, has 16-inch radius. So here I got all the line art down, the track plan. I know this will work. I know that with the stock that I have and the locos I'm going to be purchasing, I'll be able to do this. I'll be able to make these radiuses work for me. So then the next step I did was add roadbed width. And precisely, I can't remember offhand what that is. I think it's close to 1 3/4 to 2 inches for clearance. So what I did was go just a little bit beyond that so that these pieces will be, these purple pieces we're looking at are going to be the cutouts that we're going to make for our track plan. Okay, yeah, and then there's a little riverbed that I added right through the middle. So this track bed area is going to be, we're going to cut this out of the plywood, of 1/2 inch plywood. That's the way I'm thinking. So when we remove, our track lines, we now have these individual track pieces that we're going to cut out, right? So what I did next was I filled them black. So I took the purple that's here and I filled it black, because I then went in and made an SVG for each of these layers of track. As you'll see next, I'm going to import these into my 3D program called ZBrush. And I'm going to make these a 3-dimensional pieces and then work on building our layout from there. So here's our top level track. It has a 1-inch thickness. I'm doing everything pretty much to scale in here right now. And then our lower level track. So this is our 2D piece, which you saw me create in Adobe Illustrator, now 3-dimensional. And you can see here that the cuts aren't perfect for this. It doesn't have to be. I'm just using this to conceptually see. Here's our 1x3 box grid. This box is 24 inches by 36. And now I'm just adding on top our flat piece of 1/2-inch plywood. I'm bringing in the lower level piece of plywood cutout track with some risers now. And here's our upper level track with its risers. And you'll see in a minute why I have overhung that second level. We're going to have some really neat things happening in this. Bringing in the terrain here, you'll see that all of this will cover up, and we're going to have some bridges. It's kind of neat. I like the way this is coming out. This will be foam. This will be foam core in here. We'll cut all of these rock mountains out of foam, and we'll have a nice little tunnel system for mining, and it'll be really neat, And sure, these trains are going to go around in a circle, but we're going to create a neat little world with a whole lot of neat things happening in here. I've left some spaces here for some structures. I'm thinking, little water towers and a water tower, a little mining company down below. Some of the flat areas I'll show you here in a minute that I've purposely left out. I'm thinking of an industry like down in here underneath this rock. Up here we can have some stuff going on. Down over here to the right, and in between, throughout the river, there's some flat areas here that I've brought out, because I have some other ideas here, but we'll see how it goes. So we can have a lot of things going on in this little imaginary world. And there's our top view with our river running through it. These bridges will all be suspended because I can. Because even the curved one, I think it's going to be neat. And then I added a little, I rendered it briefly here just to see how the light would hit it and cast down, for sunshine and certain angles, things like that. But this is the foundation of where this layout's going to go. I think what I have is the bottom level is about 3 inches off the surface, and the top level is about, I think, 10.5 inches. All in all, I think it's going to be about 18.5 inches high at that rock formation's highest peak. So yeah,